There are indeed some things in this world you cannot predict. We are here, gathered right now, live on Team GRF TV, to talk about one of those things. You couldn't have told me in a billion years Sega cared about what I and others have wanted for a decade plus, to actually play Border Break on a console. Then all of a sudden, you get up in the middle of the night because you're thirsty, and you look at YouTube, and there's a trailer for Border Break on PS4. You do the usual thing you do. You freak out. You're like, no, this isn't real. I think I'm still dreaming because this is Sega. You know, they recently started caring about what you want. You know what I'm saying? They still haven't put Fantasy Star Online 2 in a way that people in America can play it. But they released Sonic Mania. They did that, so you know that's forward movement. There's going to be a virtual on game that I still haven't played for you guys and need to, and really, really need to. But this is another level. Like, the last time I thought about Border Break in a way that made sense is when High School Say Hi Girls was on, because there was an episode dedicated to Border Break in it. And you should watch High School Say Hi Girls because it is a real magical and wonderful trip through Sega history, and Saturn Sound is the best. And whole L's if you ain't down with the gang. You know what I'm saying? Just letting you know what it is. Mega Drive, super cool. Dreamcast should have been in Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax. We forget that, but Saturn Sound is the best. Whole L's if you ain't down, regardless. This is crazy. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Because, see, when I know that I'm on the mic, live in the newsroom, and we talking about any day now, I'm going to be playing Border Break for real. A thing that you don't really get access to, because I don't know if there's even an arcade in the United States, even ones that still stay up to date with stuff, even have Border Break in it because of how Border Break works in the network. And there are a lot of games like that because of the network and things like that. But we've recently gotten over that because there are a lot of arcades that are up to date with everything that is titles like this stuff. So, you know, so it's not like a thing that's completely and utterly far-fetched in any way at all. At all. But still, Border Break is dropping. I'm like, see, there are a few things right now in video games that video games can do for me that get hype. In my calmness, just know that a couple hours ago, I was running around my apartment screaming, like, oh my God, this is not real. Border Break is not a thing on PS4. And on top of that, there are a lot of things that Border Break is going to provide for you. You would be able to see the trailer on the channel, but because some Japanese lady singing I Want to Be Free, Sony's like, nah, you can't upload that, bruh. And I'm just like, whatever. It is what it is. Y'all can have that, but I'll link the trailer from Sega and do all that so you guys can see it. But because this is still a news show and we still have news to report, I got Gematsu pulled up. And I just want to just read what's going on and stuff so you know what it is you're getting into and stuff like that. And once we get done doing that, I got a little bit more. But I'm going to send it live over to Gematsu, to random person who has no name, to report on this latest information about Border Break that you may want to hear. Yes, Triple, we are live over here in Gematsu land to report live about Border Break. So how about we learn more about Border Break? Good show, man. Good show. You do that. Sega is bringing its 2009 launched robot action game arcade series game Border Break to PlayStation 4. The company announced doing its Border Break new project presentation held in Japan today. Simply titled Border Break, it'll launch in Japan as a free-to-play download title with item-based microtransactions in 2018. A physical version with extra bonuses will also be released. An open beta playable even without a PlayStation Plus subscription will be held in February. Border Break for PlayStation 4 will feature 10 versus 10 high-speed robot battles across a wide variety of maps. It'll support both the DualShock 4 controller and mouse as control methods. Players will be able to customize their battle robot to their liking with every possible part. There are 4 types of weapons available. Assault weapons, which expand the front lines with high mobility. Heavy fire weapons, which pulverize enemies with overwhelming firepower. Raid weapons, which overthrow the battlefield in response to any situation. And support weapons, that support allies from behind the scenes with search and repair options. The following modes will also be available. Story mode, which expands the world of Border Break, which has a couple of main characters, which is Hattie, voiced by Reina Ueda, the protagonist burning with revenge. Makoto, voiced by Rei Takahashi, the operator that supports the team. The manager, voiced by Shunsuke Takeuchi, the powerful ace that box away. And also there are other unique characters who will appear in large numbers. Popular illustrators are also participating in their creation. There are also beginner matches, which are player versus CPU battles, casual matches, which are casual player versus player battles without rank changes, and rank matches, which are player versus player matches with rank changes based on the outcome and activity in battle. The opening theme song is done by Sawano Hiroyuki, which is the vocal project by composer Hiroki Sawano. You can watch the trailer below and do all that on our website or whatever, and we thank you for coming to Gematsu. Back to you, Triple. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That's a lot to take in. That is a whole lot to take in. I know. The thing that when I read this myself earlier before I hopped on the mic is this coming to the United States of Trump? I have no idea. It's like there is some evidence that would lead you to assume and believe that we may be getting this. Because over the years there have been like Border Break art books that have been fully translated into English and things like that. So I have to assume that because this is new current Sega, the Sega that brings you Sonic Mania, they understand people want this. The same, Sega that brings you Yakuza constantly, and we sit up here and hope that Hokuto Gokoku actually comes to America, which it probably should. You may have to import this. You may want to stay tuned. You may want to just keep abreast of this. Keep you the big old titty with you. You may have to import this, maybe. But the thing is, it's a free-to-play game, so it's not like none of this matters. It'll be great to have this in Japanese. English would be wonderful. But at the end of the day, as long as you're playing the game, it don't matter how. You know what I'm saying? But with the recent things that have been happening where, where hell freezes over, like you can play Samurai Showdown 5 on a PS4 now, I am looking at an English copy of a Kamen Rider video game. So, there have been a couple of times where, at least lately, especially, with Jubei being in Blaze Blue, you guys saw that video, where hell is getting real cold constantly. This is one of those things. I will say this because, I want to put that positiveness out there that if we can get Border Break, if Square Enix put out Gunslinger Stratos on something, I'm done. I am done. Put Square Enix like, it's just time for some splattering Gunslinger Stratos all-star battle. Put all the characters in there, put it on PS4, Bone, PC, and just let people go at it. I'm like, that is probably the last for real arcade holdout that I'm really waiting for somebody to put out Gunslinger Stratos. Yes. A long time ago, in a universe far, far away, which is an opposite universe of ours, is that Gunslinger Stratos was on Steam for like 2 to 3 weeks, and no one really knew about it until after the fact. When people were like, man, Gunslinger Stratos was on there, but Square ain't put it back since then. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, something rather the Incarnate, let's just put that out there. It's never coming back. But hey, if Rising Thunder can come back in some special community edition, maybe, I don't know. But look, I am over the moon. And I mean, like, I done hopped over the moon, then spit back around and hopped over the moon like 3 or 4 more times. That's how over the moon I am with this. It's like, at this juncture, like I said, it ain't too many more things that for real that I'm waiting for companies to do. Like, I sit here patiently every day and wait for the day that I wake up and there's a trailer on YouTube from M2 that sits up here and says, it's time for that crack. And that crack, of course, being Bat Rider. That's the day I decease off the face of the planet. It's a wrap then. Because I know in the past I've talked about my love for Armed Police Bat Rider and how important that game is to the person that you love, fear, and respect. So, again, like I say, it ain't really too many things that companies have left to do to really wow me, to get me back in. It's like, a lot of things get hype, but things that you sit up here and in the back of your mind and your heart and you wish for, Border Break has been one of those things for almost a decade now. And now that we got it, I'm like, yo, I'd be willing to import a copy just to say thank you. And that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. I'm probably just going to import a copy and just be thank you, Sega, for, listening to me and listening to the many fans who've always wanted to play Border Break. Now make some $400 edition with that arcade, with the arcade controller. And we in there. Because see, the things I can do with that, I can probably use that on a certain magical virtual arm, which I'm hoping and praying they release a twin stick for. Because if they do, then I can play the original virtual on PS3. And then, then I can get somebody to mod that out for me. Then it'll work on a 360. And then I can play Artorio Tangram. So it's a wrap. But then I just remember, Virtual on Force is on PS3 too. So you can also use the sticks with that. So there are lots of things Sega can do for me right now, which include twin sticks and limited edition controllers. Great, wonderful, super great. Do that. For real though. Like I said, I'm over the moon right now. Like, my heart weeps, man. My heart weeps. I don't. My heart do. I have been waiting for this for a decade. Now, Square just need to come with that Gunslinger Stratos. It's over then. It's over. Gonna come with, that is the last thing in the arcade I'm waiting for. That don't include, the all-day stuff like the Rumble Fish and things like that, but the real last arcade holdout that has never gotten a port, Gunslinger Stratos. I have a feeling that if the city do some numbers, and I'm just making correlations because I'm up or just running off at the mouth, is that maybe they'll think about Gunslinger Stratos, maybe. That if they can push their esports regime of, let's put Warrior of Light, Cloud, and Noctis on the team, and let's push that forward, or maybe you can sub out Warrior of Light for Lightning if that's what you choose to do, yeah. Because that's going to be out. I'm like, yo, just thinking about that real quick before we get about the rest of this month is straight packed. Between Gravity Rush shutting down next week, so if you ain't been playing Gravity Rush, you need to quickly get to Chapter 14 and start grinding out them treasure hunts before next week. You need to do that. You got, I think, what's today? Today is the 11th. You got a week. You got a week. So if you haven't joined the Dusty Farming place, get with them, man. They some wonderful cats, man. They will hook you up. You will have 6,000 tokens in no time. But just remember, go to do all your side quests, get to Chapter 14, then start grinding out treasure hunts. Just taking that from the one and only helping you. If you decided you're not going to go buy Arcade Edition, you probably need to get a copy of Street Fighter V right now, and it may have Season 2 in it. Maybe not, random crapshoot. But if you're trying to get that fight money, you better have that, because on the 16th, Capcom shutting it down. And then now you can unlock a beautiful Joe costume for Rashid. So I guess it's not all bad. But then Chun-Li and a John Lee Miliam outfit, I'm completely down with that. Please do more of that. More of that. The City is dropping. Dragon Ball FighterZ dropping. We actually got some news on that if I decide that we actually gonna report on that, because I'm trailers behind. So probably need to do that. What else? It's a stacked month in general. For stuff I'm not even thinking about, that's not even on my radar. It's just a stacked month full of games. Stacked month in general. So, at the end of the day, I'm giddy, right? I'm just trying to, be a professional and keep my cool, but I don't believe I'm on the mic and I'm saying Border Break is coming, dog. today's going to be a good day. I can feel it. Now, I can feel it. No, I know it. In my fist and in my soul, it burns that today is going to be a wonderful and great day. It's going to be a wonderful and great day. So, attack the day. Why don't you do that? Scat, skittle, skabobble. You know who I am. I'm the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D. live on Team GRF TV. I'd like to thank you for joining me for talking about, oh my God, Border Breaks coming to the PS4. And with all that being said, I'll holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out.